good morning, everyone. How are you? Am I
Hi, good
audible?
morning.
Oh,
Fine.
very good morning. Thank you, man. Okay, all right. Let me introduce. My name is Sungram Bagadi, and I'm a machine learning engineer. So speaking about me, I have an experience of a decade, that is 10 years. I recently am working with Intel Corporation as a machine learning engineer, and I'm a consultant with Intel as well. Previous experience, I was working with IBM with the artificial intelligence part, and previous to it, I was working at the EY as a data analytics. Okay, as well as apart from the machine learning engineer, I'm a trainer as well. Okay, I'm a freelancer consultant as well. I have trained almost around 5,000 people, domestic and internationally, because I have an experience around since past 10 years. Okay. Uh, Moreover to it, I completed my engineering in 2014 from information technology, and after that, I started as, as a junior engineer in one of the startup companies, and then eventually with the experience and with the things, the everything grows up, and that is what how I did believe. Okay. So I hope this was a small intro about me, and let's move ahead. Okay. So am I audible? I just want to check on the audibility part so that I can know that because see, we are connected via internet, right? I'm not able to see you, you're not able to see me. We are going to connect with the internet as of now, right? But I just want to check on the audibility part. So if I'm audible to you, so whatever the demonstrations you're attending, right? You're attending because that is what you have a curiosity, what exactly this data analytics is, or we can say data science is, right? So the things should be very much clear to you, right? So that you can make an analysis on yourself that how do I move ahead into this course, right? So please haven't said but if you can just unmute yourself and you can just let me know about yourself in a few lines, like about yourself, so I will be able to understand what exactly you're looking out into this particular course. Yes, one by one, if you can just mute yourself, I would be very thankful. Please, Chandu, Ashok, Datta, Saket, Hari Krishna, Kavya, can you guys
Yeah,
please?
hi, very good morning. So this is Saket.
Hi.
So currently working in IBM with an experience of 3.5 years. So in the tech support. So I just want to migrate to trending technologies. So as I heard, trending technologies like machine learning, AI, data science, correct. So as a I was a previous student to the Harsha Training, so I got to know that yeah, Harsha Trainings providing data science as well. So that's where I
Okay.
approached. Uh,
Harsha Trainings.
yes, correct.
Okay. Okay,
And moreover,
which sector you're working?
sorry, I did not get you.
Which sector you're working?
Yeah, it is a tech support. It's like a SQL. Okay.
Oh,
It's not.
great.
Yeah, it's not a uh, technical part actually. It's really we used to check. Okay, we have predefined developed queries. So using them, we used to get the data, real time data in production support. So that's where I used to work currently.
Okay, great. Thank you, Saket. Apart
Yeah,
from Saket, thank you. Saket had a very lovely introduction. Thank you, Saket. Apart from
thanks.
Saket, quickly, in just one line or two lines, so that I see that I am able to understand Saket that he is actually looking for a data science school or artificial intelligence school. Who I would like to know from the rest of the people as well. Similarly. So, yeah, Chandu, Kavya, Hari Krishna, Ashok, Datta, am I audible to you guys?
Yes, you're audible. Like this is Datra, and like I am like presently working on Pega domain, but with 2.5 years of experience, and so I would like to like shift the domain. So since it was not involved much of the coding in the Pega, so in the same way I wanted to shift to data analytics. Um, so that is why I am interested in the data analytics to do and shift my domain also so that I could learn other technologies in the apart from Pega. So that is why I chose data analytics.
Great. Good to know. Thank you so much. Great. Okay, apart from Dutta, Ashok is there,
Hi, this is Chandra.
Harry is there. Yeah, hi, sir.
So I'm a fresher
Yeah, please go ahead.
and I would like to pursue my career in data analytics.
Okay.
That's it. Yeah,
So you
not,
completed your engineering, you completed your education background.
yeah, I completed my BTech engineering.
Okay. So you're a fresher, right? You're a
Yeah,
fresher.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you.
Which year? Which year?
20, actually, I'm a 2022.
Okay. Good.
Yeah.
Hari Krishna is there and Ashok is there.
Yes, yes, sir.
Yeah, please go
This
ahead.
is Ashok with the 27 years of experience in IT. So, 2021 past. Looking
Okay. So how
to
many
change
years
my
of
role.
experience you have?
So 2+ years of experience. I have 2.5.
2 point. We can say it as around 3 years. Okay, great. Thank you.
Yes.
Everyone is there. See, okay. Yeah. So first thing I would like to tell you is that this data analytics, data science course, or you can say jobs, are available to every sector person. Like that means what? This is a very good platform to think. And if you're working as an engineer, right? No matter which domain you're working, which sector you're working, it's still compatible that you can get shifted into data analytics. If you're a fresher, you have an opening because definitely if you're a fresher, that means what you can get into any of the sectors because you're not working anywhere, right? You're like a raw brains. Second, if you're an experienced person, that makes an advantage because if you're working in any of the domains, for example, like you're working on a pay part, that means what definitely that is going to be an advantage when you're going to shift for the data analytics part or data science part. Very important. Even if you're a business analytics, you're a financial analytics, even you're just a graduate, you have completed BCom, BSc, still you're able to apply for the data science part or other analytics. But no matter what, make it very briefly here only that this course is open and jobs are available for the person who's from any of the sectors. Like if you now previously, if I speak like as I completed my engineering, so when I was applied for the job in 2014, I was able to see only the people who have completed engineering or who are from the same background, right, technical background, used to apply to get a job, like into the software industry. But now the job openings are abundant that they are not able to find the data analytics part, people, or you can say data science people working. And moreover to it, you have to look at the time zone as well. Now, what I mean by time zone is that if you look at it, is everyone from India? Is everyone from India? Yes or
Yes,
no?
yes.
Is everyone from? Okay. So why I want to know this answer is everyone from the India? Because right now in India there are general elections to be held. General elections. And what is happening is that every party is trying to create some strategies that how do I get the vote back? And the best way to get the vote bank is by creating a jobs, opportunities. Reason is that because see, India is called as the country of youth, right? So when you talk about the youth, right, 60% of the population is youth. So they know that if I want to get the vote bank from the youth, I have to give some kind of a thing that is from useful to them. And you can see every year around like 8 lakh or 9 lakh or 10 lakh people get passed out from a different streams. And these people require a job, right? So even half of the people require a job. So whose responsibility is to provide a job? The companies. Definitely, they will aim. They have predicted the analysis because I was working as an analyst, now I'm working as a machine learning. So still I have reached with the people who are working at a good position. So it has been predicted that by this year, there are going to be around like twice or thrice increase in the job opportunities. Example, everywhere they say the prediction is they create around 5 to 6 lakhs of job opportunities every year. Every year, there's an opportunities or openings of around 5 lakh jobs. So if when you double it, right? I'm not saying triple it, or I'm not going to give any false comment statements, right? See, I don't bluff the people. Even if you can make it twice, definitely it's going to be twice because if there are elections, they know vote bank every single thing. It's going to be around like 10 lakh job. Imagine this is the right time for you to get a job. You getting my point? After that, how many times is going to require, we don't know. And also, best part is that it's going to be a business event. So when it's going to be the April 1, New Year is going to be there. I tell you, I have seen people changing their jobs in only two parts. Either they will leave in the March, they'll switch to the another company, or second, they'll switch during Diwalis. Because during the Diwalis, the bonuses are given. So they'll wait till the Diwali, they'll take the bonus from the company, and as soon as they get the bonus, they'll just leave the company. You have to apply for the job only in these two periods. Either you start applying from March to May, March, April, May, 3 months. After that, you still apply, the chances are very low because from June, the the hiring process gets slow. Or even you can say till June is okay. July to October is not a right period. You can say during the release season, you should focus on what you have. And once you start from the October, from October again you can start applying the job. Because in the November there's a Diwali or maybe around the last week of the October there's a Diwali. From that month you can get a job. From October till November end, that 2 months you can get a job. Again from the November end, then you have to wait till March end. This is what you can still now wait for March end. From April, May, and June. If you start this course now, maybe if you complete till May, then you can apply from the month of April end. So you can start. See, it's not going to be happen that you're working professional, so you know that thing. When you start applying the job today, it's not that by the end of the day you're going to get a call. Oh, sir, I received your resume, and can you please come down for the interview? It's not going to happen. This is not a walking. When you say, share that resume, when you float your CVs across the job portals, example, Naukri, Indeed. So when you float the CVs, there are already people who have applied for the job. There are already people who have given the references, right, through the internal link. There are a lot of angles. And after that, out of 10, two companies will contact you. That is what when you apply 50 doors, out of 50 doors, only five or six doors are going to give you a call. Okay, sir, we have received. But those 5 to 6 doors are very important. Very important. Those are the crucial ones. Within that 5 to 6 windows, only you have to get a job. But to get that 5 to 6, you have to wait at least for 1 month. That means what? When you start applying for the job after the completion of half of the course, right? What will happen is that when you go for the openings or when you go for the job, at least you'll have half of the knowledge, or you can say 60% of the knowledge. That means what? At least you will not be new to the subject. At least it will not be the same. It will not be the case that you are just going and taking a walk around the interview or taking a tour of a company. You're going to face an interview. So you'll be at least able to understand, apply, sorry, you'll be able to answer at least 50% of the question. And every company knows that when a person is trying to apply for a job, no one is profound, no one's prompt. Everyone will not know every single things. They will just miss out on a particular thing. But if you're applying and you're getting answering 60%, 70% of the questions, that means you're well prepared. Get your point. So you have to look from all the perspectives that when should I apply for the job, when should I start a code, what is the right time for to switch me, etc. It's all dependent. And I'm telling you right now, if you're going to get into the data science, see, data science is not it's a data science only. That is what data science is a term. What exactly is data science? Okay. So if I divide data science into two different words, which actually are two different words, it's not a one word. Data plus science. It's that kind of a concatenation. That is what it has been added up to different words. So data There's nothing but about the information of a person. Right? Whatever information, maybe his name, his age, his gender, his phone, whatever. Right? When you want to fill a form, maybe you're applying for a ticket, right? You write your name, you write your age, you write your phone number. So what you're trying to do is that you're trying to fill the information so that you can get the tickets booked. On the basis of your tickets, on the basis of your information, the ticket is being booked. The similar manner, what is this information? It's all about the data. And on that data, we're trying to do some kind of an science. Now, science is what we learned in 8th standard or 9th standard. Science is all about experiments. When you go to the science lab, right, I add some H2, SO4, HCl, etc. You try to mix it with the flowers and try to invent something, discover something. It's the same thing when you have been given a data. On that data, you're trying to do some kind of an engineering, or you're trying to do an experiment to get something better out of it. People are unaware about, they just call about data science, data science, data science. But do you even know that data science is two different words? They are not the one word. They are two different words which have been merged together. And this is the literal meaning of data science, that you're trying to do some kind of an engineering, or you're trying to do some experiments on the data that you have. Suppose an example, right? If I want, how do you know now if I'm trying the same example when I'm booking a ticket? Have you ever seen a ticket that has been booked for the people who are at the age, maybe which is what I'm not saying, who are above 60 years, that a person who is above the age of 60 years has received birth, the top birth. Like there are, like if you travel in 3A, so there are three births, right, on one side. That is what on the other side, three births, right, six births. So you will never see a person who is greater than age of 60 or 55 has ever received the top berth. You'll never see. You travel through the train or you have traveled, you will never see the person has received. It's not that they might have there is no point of exchange. You will not get the tickets only. The system will not build the tickets. So how does this machine? Because see, Indian rail network is a huge network. In the world, it's the huge network. Everyone knows it because no, I was reading one article that whatever the passenger that travels in Indian trains is more than the Australia's population. That means what? In one day, the number of passengers that travel through the Indian rail is more than the Australia's of population. Imagine how big the network is. So that you just need to understand from your back of the mind that how difficult it is for the system to manage those all the things, that who is age 60, who is between the age to 30 to 50, who is teenager, and on that basis only the machine books the ticket. So this is nothing but artificial intelligence. The machine has been trained in such a way, but inserting the data, and on that basis of the data, the machine has been trained in such a way that now on its own, it predicts that okay, this is a gender female, age 60, etc. Right? When you have fill the information through your Aadhaar card, okay, name, Kalpana, age is 60, right? Traveling from so and so location, etc., etc. So that machine understand, okay, this is a woman, first of all. Second, she is a 60 age. So now the thing is that we cannot book the top upper berth. Either we need to book the middle berth. The most chances is the lower berth is also checked with the availability of the lower berth. If people have not booked the earlier one, there few people book the tickets right in advance. So that has to check in against the database, which is earlier booked against the berth. On that basis only, it books the ticket. So this is a very good thing that is why I'm saying you can just go tomorrow and take a walk inside a tree, and you might see and you tell me, sir, no, sir, whatever you told me was wrong. I found a lady who is 80, not lady, or a sir or gentleman who is above 55 or 60, and he is having an upper berth. Exchange, there's no point of exchange. The system will only not book. That's very important. And you see, the person was around 30, maximum 35, they'll always will get an upper berth. Hardly, if you're booked in advance, see, that is another case. I'm not talking about the other case. If I'm booking my ticket 6 months ago, then that is a different case, right? But if you're booking like no one will book 6 months ago or 1 month ago, 7 months or 1 year ago, right? We don't know that 6 months what are the plans. Getting your point, how does this science, data science work? So on this data, so now this data has been taken by the IRCTC, right, Indian Railway. So now those people, data analytics, or we can say data engineers or the junior engineers who are working in the data science school, and now these people will work on help that how does this Indian Railway automatically book the tickets? Because see, everything cannot be booked by a human. Something has to be done by the machines. So there are algorithms are there. Everything is built, predefined. They have already built. The people who are the data scientists like 20 years ago, 15 years ago, 30 years ago, they already have built the models. What now we have to do is that the next generation, the legacy has been passed. We just need to use that algorithms into our logic and just try to build the different models. We talk about any of the models. Even you have, if you see, one example, more better, Ola and Uber. So have you guys driven Ola or Uber? That means not driven means you're not going to drive, but that is what we say in English, right? Have you used Ola and Uber? These are the online taxis that are available to drive from one place to another place. Have you driven? Yes or no?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Saket, have you guys driven the Ola and Uber? Yes or no?
No, no.
We never got into Ola and Uber. Okay.
I chose it. Sorry, I chose it.
Yeah, yeah. That driven means
Mm-mm.
what? Driven means have you ever
Yeah, I
took
thought
the
in that
Ola or
way.
Uber?
Yeah.
That is what I meant.
Okay, okay. Yeah, yeah.
That is what
I
mean.
travel
I
using
made it
around
very
it.
clear, right?
Mm-mm. Yeah, clear.
Yeah. One thing you need to observe. Now, suppose I want to travel. Maybe I'm in Mumbai, right? I went to Mumbai to see Mumbai, right? Now I'm at Taj Hotel, right? Or maybe at Arabian Sea, that gateway of India. So I did my touring. I did my sightseeing. And now I want to get back home. Maybe I live like 50, 60 kilometers away from Mumbai. Example, I'm saying. So now, what I did is that I'm unsure that I should go via local, right? There's a local traveling in Mumbai. Or I should go by Ola or Uber. So see how this algorithm works, right? How does this machine understand on its own? So if I try to check, right, you can see that this when you open the application, the through the radar. See now, people, if I ask this question, right, how does this system, how does application understand that where are you, right, which point? How does it shows you that this is the location, right? Now I'm at Taj Hotel or I'm at the Gateway India. This is all with the help of radar. With the radar only, the GPS is you're able to your GPS is able to locate where exactly is your location. It is all dependent. Artificial. You talk about the self-driven cars, right? So self-driven cars are all based on this only, on Google Map, on the radar basis. So when you travel from here to there, through the radar only, it is able to identify where exactly you are. And the self-driven cars have the sensors, right? Sensors like obstacle sensors or brake sensors. What happens is that if there is an obstacle that comes across the road, right, as the self-driven car, so the sensors which have been fitted at the at the on the front side, like at the bonnet or at the headline, this sensor detects that obstacle that this kind of obstacles has been arrived in front of the car, so you just need to apply brakes. So these are the sensors that are there. So some kind of IoT also is there into that part. But moreover is the artificial intelligence. That artificial intelligence is what a lot of thousand of pictures. That thousand pictures are already inserted into that data set, and on that data set, the model has been trained that if cow comes, okay, this is a picture of a cow. So through that sensor, the picture has been clicked and it has been sent to the machine, and then must it's a cow. So when they see a cow, which is at a distance of like maybe 20 meters or 30 meters, so you need to apply a brake. So this is all the functioning that has been done or engineering that has been done on the basis of the data. But for this data, like 1,000 images of cows, 10,000 images of buffalo. So this is all the images that has been sent to the machine first. So that machine understands what picture it is. If I see this picture, so this data has been sent, right, of the images like cow, buffalo, etc. Now these are the data. And now on this data, engineering has been done. So when you see this cow or buffalo in front of your car, and which is at a distance of 30 meters or 40 meters. That is around like 10, 15 feet, right? So what is the engineering you have done? Apply brakes. So there is a function. You'll define, you'll write a code, apply brakes, and then in that apply brakes function, you'll write a logic that you need to apply brakes, how do you do that thing, etc. And this is what then this code will be given to the machine. That is what the mechanical teams who are going to assemble the car, and this electronics engineer or electrical engineer, whoever the mechanical part, they will assemble this logic, your logic, with their hardware part, and then they'll integrate into the vehicles. This is how the things take part. But the major role of the this in this sector or in this self-driven car is the data scientists, because they are the one who are going to train the car. This is the one they see. Hardware integration is not the difficult part. The thing is that the process, that how does the system works, right? Because if the brakes are not applied on time, then definitely you're going to hit a wall. You're going to hit a cow. You're going to hit a buffalo. That means what? Your life is at risk. Got it? So this is what the data science. So I was talking about this Ola and Uber. So when you get into the Ola and Uber, so if I book a ticket, if you try to check the location, the destination, right? Now suppose I'm checking at the destination of my house. So once I check it, it shows me like 1,000 rupees. Okay. And again, if I disconnect it, see, listen how this Ola understands automatically. So when I checked it for the first time, it showed me 1,000 rupees. Now what happens is that after 5 minutes, I again check the location of my home. You will see there are changes in the prices. Now it will not be 1,000. It will be around 1,200 rupees. Again, if you keep on checking, it will check that it is around 1,300 rupees. So when I checked for the first time, see what I'm trying to tell you, that when I checked it for the first time, the amount was 1,000 rupees. How comes suddenly the distance is same, the location is same, the person is same, application is same, everything is same. Within 5 minutes or 10 minutes, the price got hiked up, or there was a spike in the prices. It changed to 1,200. It will definitely not be less. If it is less, something there might be changes. I don't know what can be the reason, but hardly I've seen out of 10, 9 cases, the prices will not drop down. Prices will always be high. How did this Ola application or Uber application understand that you have to travel? This is what they do, that they understand this person has checked in for a second time. That means what? This person is definitely willing to travel from here to that destination. Definitely they'll have a high spike or little spike in the original amount. You'll definitely not see the same price, I guarantee you. So my point to tell you is that when you're going to book an Ola or Uber, wherever you are, first you be very sure about your destination, where you want to travel. And in the first go, just book your tickets. If you book it for the second time, you will face at least 100 rupees difference. At least I'm saying. It can be maximum 200, 300, 500. I have paid in my early days, I used to pay around the difference of like 400, 500 rupees only. Now, when I myself got into the machine artificial intelligence, I know I how this thing works. So I never book the ticket second line. I always book in the first time. Whatever is the option. Maybe it is auto, it is sedan, it is SUV, whatever I get the vehicle, I'm okay. But I never book my ticket since I'm traveling like when I understood this machine learning part, when I got into artificial, I don't remember. Maybe if I talk about after COVID only, forget about before COVID. Since after COVID, I hardly have booked my tickets for the second time. I never book it. What? Because I know there is definitely a fluctuation in the price of the prices are. And if you're around airport area, which is the prime location, like maybe airport area or railway station, where you know that the passengers or the crowd is high, you will see a very good spike in the amount. How does this Ola understand? This is all the algorithm has been understand. It data has been given. Okay, the flight from Mumbai to Vijayawada has been reached at 12 hours. This machine understand the data has been already taken by the owners, right? Where the people are building the company. Maybe if it is built by owner company. So now the basis they train their model that okay, when the flight reaches at 12 p.m. in the afternoon, you just have a little spike in the prices, or maybe you have a different prices. Maybe there is no flight between 12 to 12:30. You will see a drop down in the prices because at that time no flight has been arrived, right? If there is no flight arrived, so the flight rate is good. Nobody is going to travel. That in that period, you'll have a different prices. So this how understand. See, every time you cannot sit on the system and you cannot update all the things every single day and every single hour. Or you already know that this is the flight. It has been traveling since past 2 years. At the same time, so they will have that prices 1,000 rupees at 12 p.m. and maybe 800 rupees around 12:30 p.m. or 12:50 p.m. That is 200 less because at that time there is no flight arrived at that terminal or that airport. So this is how it have happens, right? For this data is required. So data you get it into the company provides you data when you get into the company, right? Because they have the data, and you are just asked to do an engineering and just create an output that how you can benefit our company by building a software. Now this is all entire work say a picture of the data science or data analytics. Is it clear? Got it? Yes or no? I hope you
Yeah.
got my point.
Yeah, understood.
Yeah. So nowadays, you see any application, every application. If I say I was working on IBM, I'm telling you, you will not believe these people are working. How do we make cars fly in the air? Now, this might you might feel like sir is trying to lie, or you might laugh at it. But see, that thing is impossible. Now, when we used to sit at the on the ground and we used to imagine that how can we fly? There comes the Wright brothers who invented plane, right? And now traveling from one corner to the another corner of the world is not that difficult, right? But people who were in the 17th century, maybe like 18th century, who were the king or queens, right, who ruled this world for centuries, many years, they had they had a huge money, right? But still they were not able to fly. They had to take a route via ground only. But see, now the things are changing. Unless the people do not prove it, it's not they think that it is not possible. Okay. So I'll show you something. Just a second. So how the things work in the data science. So give this a ah, I'll present you my screen. I just let me know if my screen is visible. Hold on. Okay, my screen is visible.
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
we can
Now
see.
when you are going to learn the data science or data analytics, right? So you need to learn one of the programming language. Now if you want to learn data analytics, now you might ask, "Sir, there is no reason of learning coding." See, you're not required. When you talk about data analytics, there is no requirement of the coding. That's true, right? You're going to use the tool. But when you're talking about the data that you're going to insert, that data has to be very purified one, a refined one. For that data, you have to do some exploratory data analysis. What is exploratory data analysis? Now, when you get the data, I suppose you're building an application or a model for health sector, right? For the hospitals, right? So where that the model should predict which drug has to be given for which patient. Now, when you go to the reception, right? That particular reception, the counselor girl or boy, she asks or he asks you the information. Okay, name of the patient, say Sangram, age 32, right? And I'll say I don't know maybe what disease he's going through, right? What are things happening. So what happens is that that person, right? He is just the person who is working at the 10,000 rupees. She has nothing to do with the model, right? Right? Patient, age, diagnosis, treatment, etc. Just whatever the options are there, just fill the information and just submit. From that, our job is nothing. But our job is to predict a drug that what drug is useful for this patient, right? For this age group, etc. Now, suppose there is some missing data, right? As I said, that we don't know what is the issue with this patient, right? What is the health problem? Maybe he's having a fever, he's having a cough, or whatever. This information, this field was mandatory, but she has left NA. Now, when you have an NA value, or maybe null value, or maybe inappropriate value, you have to fill that in inappropriate values. So, if you fill that in inappropriate value, you have to do a little bit of coding. This was an exploratory data analysis, and that is done with the libraries. So, there are different libraries. So, very powerful library and very useful library in today's world is the Python one. Now it is clear. Now you might have understood. That why do we need to acquire a little bit of programming? Because when you're going to insert some data, the data when you're going to receive right on that data, you're going to do some predictions that which drug is to be given to the age group. So that predictions to for that model to understand, you have to give a data. So that data has to be clean. Now, if I relate with our health, right? Talk about the health sector only. You know, if you eat green vegetables, fruits, fibers, right, proteins, it is going to be a very beneficial thing for your health, right? That means what your health is always going to be good if you eat fruits, if you drink coconut water, or when you eat green vegetables. Yes or no? If you eat good things, so your health is going to be fit and fine. Yes or no? Tell me. If you eat green vegetables or maybe good stuff, so you're going to have a good health. Yes or
Yeah.
no? And if you eat junk foods, maybe if you eat pizzas, burgers, or that kind of a thing, so that is also good. But is it a good thing for your health? No, it is not going to be a good thing for your health. The similar thing when you want to do you give the things to your health that has to be very good and clean. So similarly, when you're going to give some data to your model or algorithm, it has to be very good, right? It has to be purified. It has to be clean one. If you're giving impure data, then your health is going to be improper. In a similar way, if they're going to give an improper data, your machine is going to perform it that way only. It is going to be like hassle and bustle. It is going to be very wrong. So that for that exploratory, that for that clean food or that cleaning part, right, cleaning part, you need to use certain libraries. And there are multiple libraries, and also amongst them, the very powerful libraries are the Python libraries. Very powerful. You cannot just imagine how good it is. I'll show you here. I've written Python programming language. If you can see on the graph, can you see a decline in the graph? Yes or no? So, yes or no? So that means what? Um, the opening was grand, but by the end of the day, it was down. But if you could see, I have done it for the past day. So this is something called the Google Trades, in which you can see what is happening in the market. You can just check live markets. See, as I said as the beginning only, I do not try to bluff the people because see, everyone is educated, everyone is different, everyone is nowadays smarter. Only smartphone is not smarter. Humans are also smartest. So you can just change from here past day to past 5 years. If I make it past 5 years, now let's see what is the growth. See, there is a significant growth. If I talk about from 2022, forget about 2021. Why? Because there was a COVID, right? So I'll start from 2022. If you can see in the past 2 years, see, there's an abundant growth. If you guys check it from the beginning as well, for the Python, there is no drop down in the particular languages. The language is growing and growing and growing. That means what? So this language is the very and most powerful languages in the sector. If you want to go into data science or data analytics, Python is the best option as of now. See, this is what Google is also saying in the market that let's see how many people are using it. Just let us see. The 82%, you can see on the screen as well. It's written like it's the today is March, right? We can see last month record. The last month, 82% of the people in India. So this is my country, right? India. So 82% of the people have been using Python as a language in the software industry. Imagine 82%. That means what? Only 18% is the another languages. So here, see, in 2000, it was almost 93%. 2022 means only 7% people prefer to use another language. If you check at the US, US geographical conditions, so I'd say United Kingdom, United States. See, in US, it's in US, it's almost good only from the beginning only. So we'll see. Forget about this slack, this downfall. This was COVID, right? In the COVID, there was a slack in every business, right? There, everything was closed, nothing was working. So definitely forget about this part. Look from 2022. So in 2022, 98% people believing using this Python. Still see, there's a good graph. That means what US market is very good. So someday if you start working in US companies, right, in India or maybe in the US or maybe anywhere, the US is always known for the computer, right, for the technology. So you'll see that if you're using, you have worked on the Python, that means what your job sustainability or getting a job into the US companies will be very good and will be very easier in comparison to the other language. Why? Because we can see the US market prefers to use Python as the primary language. So if you're working on any of the language, SQL, you may be working on Java, C, C++, then that will not help you get, because see, this is what Google is saying. The statistics are saying. On the basis of statistics only I'm talking. I'm not trying to talk to you from here and there. And if you want to still check the comparison, well, let me check with a very good language which is popularly used called Java. If I say Java programming language, see, where is Java now? Now people are not using Java. And look at the blue line is Python and red line is Java. So if you still want to go with Java, C, C++ or anything, then definitely it's not going to be very good for you. See, money is not important. Time is important. If you start learning something which is valuable, then you're going to make a good career. Look at it. See, and this graph you can see 70% in 2023, December 23, 70% people are using Python, 33% are using Java. That means what? You get more than 1.5 times more in your point. This is what you have to do. Is it clear? Clear? So let me show you something. I hope till here it is clear. Yes or no? Is it clear? So I'll show you something. Give me a second. Mm. Are you able to understand what exactly I'm trying to explain? Yes or no? See, this is the right time for everyone to do a certain kind of a thing. Reason why? Because the opportunities that are available in the market, you need to, as I said, from the geographical condition. In the US also, it's going to be the elections in the upcoming ending year. So they have to create some opportunities, right? And how do they create an opportunity? Because when they, for the youth, because if they create an opportunity, they know that this youth is a good vote bank. So if they are doing it for the vote bank, it's okay. It's from their perspective. From our perspective, what is important? Job. And if you're an experienced person, I'm telling you, you're going to make the best use of it. Then one advantage. And if you're a fresher, then you can shape yourself in a proper and systematic way. And I'll not make it this distinguish or differentiate which person can get into the sector. Every person, even if you have completed a psychology, still you can get into this field. If you have completed your masters in foreign languages, still you can get into the sector. That means what, this sector is not restricted that you need to be from this background only. So you can see in the introduction what this is an agenda. Agenda is like an indexing that what exactly you're going to learn from this particular course. So what is Python? See, when we start learning from tomorrow, I'm going to explain you this thing slide by slide, slide by slide. What is Python? So we are going to learn from the scratch. If you're new to the subject, I'm going to teach you from ABCD. What is ABCD of Python? What is 1, 2, 3 of Python? So from their level, that scratch level, I'm going to tell you what is Python. I'm going to I'm not just going to hop like a bunny from here and then. Okay, you're from the background, your technical background, so you might have you might be aware about this thing, that thing. I'm not, I'm not going to do. If you're known to that particular thing, that will just be an advantage. What I'm saying is that it will just be an advantage. I'm not going to assume that you know that, and on that basis, I'm just going to wrap up the things. No, I was still going to train you from the scratch. If you know it, that is just going to be an advantage, as I said. So you might think, okay, sir, I know this thing. Every time I reach to you, so I know that thing. If one person knows everything, that doesn't mean that everyone is going to know everything, right? If the other person doesn't know, then that is also the important case, right? I'm going to teach everyone on the same page. If you know, I still repeat, if you know, it's an advantage. If you don't know, then you're going to learn it from the scratch. But I'm going to consider everyone from the on the same page. So the building, the roadmap to learn this data analytics for data science in such a way that you're going to learn from the scratch. If you know the subject, it's an advantage. I'm saying it's just an advantage. If you don't know, then I'm going to train you in that way only from the ABCD of the language. Clear? Now let's see where it is used, right? Which sector? Now, if you want to go any of the sector mentioned over here. Now I don't know. My interest was always into the machine in artificial intelligence, so I got into this part. If you want to get into this embedded systems or maybe gaming sector or web development, then you can go into that sector by learning Python. Now, web development means what? You talk about this Amazon company or you talk about Flipkart, Walmart, Alibaba, Jio, right? Myntra. So these are also very good companies. OU is there, etc. So when you go into this company which operates through this web development part, right? So you can go into that company as well. If you are interested in the gaming, you want to develop a game, still you can go into the development part. Embedded, I would say, embedded example is a good a signal, traffic signal, right? When you're at the traffic signal, you might see there are lights blinking, or you can see about the metros, which you can see that works on a particular signals. So that is what done with the help of Raspberry. Then also you require Python. Python is raspberries, is that? So that you can just use with the embedded part. So you can go in any other sector mentioned over here. Even nowadays NASA has decided they have made an principle that by 2030, that is upcoming 6 years, they have decided to shift all the software. They are going for the data engineers who can convert that whatever the software they have built or whatever the application they have built in previously, maybe any programming language, for example, COBOL, mainframe, Java, C, etc., or C Sharp, .NET. They are looking for the engineers, NASA, to convert that application into Python. That means what? Instead of building new application, whatever the old applications they have or whatever the old stuff they have, they're looking for the engineers that who can convert that thing into the Python language. Imagine. That is what you just need to understand the code and you need to convert that code into Python languages. 17, they're deciding by 2030 they have to shift every single thing on the Python only. That is what how much positive they are going to create. First of all, they have already started converting that another application, one of the previous application, whatever they have in the application, convert into the Python. So that what happens is that in future, right, that application has to be used. Now they'll not use any other programming language. They'll just already have converted that application with the help of Python, and now just they'll keep upgrading that version. Maybe now they'll put as 1.0. So in further, if they add new features, 1.2, maybe other new features 2.0, and so on and so forth. Clear? So whichever sector you go, you can go into it. So organization using Python. Have a look at the screen and just let me know that which of the companies you know. If you're unaware about Dropbox, so you know that Dropbox is a company which provides you the space. You can see when you go to the Google as well. So when your space is full, when your space, right? So this Dropbox company is a cloud computing company which provides you additional spaces. For example, now in the earlier days, we heard about internal memory and external memory. Now, internal memory is what? Maybe your phone provides 8 GB of internal memory. And then you used to use that hard disk, what you call as a chip, that you used to put it into your mobile. And that additional disk is used to provide that chip used to provide as external space. That is the space that you can use to save your photos, images, etc. It's like a hard disk that you provides like an extra space. So it's the same thing. Like Dropbox is a company which provides you with extra space. If your Google Gmail is full, or maybe your space is full, if you want to buy some extra space virtually, so this Dropbox is a company which will give you a space and you can save your data into cloud. Apart from that, I hope you know all the companies. Is it there? Is it clear?
Yeah.
Okay. And this is what I have made it very specific according to the genre, like whichever sector you want to go. Because see, I don't know which is your sector, which sector. Now, if you people might be interested in the gaming part, or maybe app development part, or maybe defense, army, etc. Database. See, database access is there. Database you might be there. GUI you want to get. Distributed programming. I don't know which sector you want to get. But if whatever sector you want to get, you will find up this thing into it. But if you someone tries to, if you want to be a data analytics and they might say, sir, it's only a tool, right? Through the tool only you can do, learn, or any of the trainer is trying to tell you, or any of the institution is trying to tell you that no, who said you that we require programming language? You don't require programming language. It's not the case, guys. We need a programming language. If you want to give a data like to the this model, You need to pass the data, purify data. So for that, you have to do a certain operations, right? You have to do certain kind of cleaning. So that's for the cleaning. I would like this. I say I would like to ask them a question. Then what is the way to do that cleaning? Okay, you say that okay, there's a tool called the Power BI tab is there, which is used to no, design a dashboard. It's not that dashboard. It's not that dashboard on its own is going to prepare things right for the client presentation. You are the one, right? That means what you are going to prepare the dashboard. It's not that dashboard is going to be prepared automatically. Some human involvement is there. Right. So when you're going to take the data, then who's going to give prepare the data? If that company is giving the data, so that company's responsibility is just to give the data. That company is not responsible for giving you the clear data. That means what? They are the one who's going to pay the money, and they are the only one who's going to give you the clean data. Then what is your job role then? If everything is done by the company, they'll say they'll say you what you do is that we'll pay you 10,000 and you become a receptionist at a place and start inserting good data. Their job is what? Whatever the data they have, they will give it to you. Your duty is to do the purification. That is why you are hired as a data analytics, data analyst, right? Not a data engineer. Clear? So you need some kind of an programming. You need the libraries to be used. So NumPy, Pandas, you might have heard. So those NumPy and Pandas are the libraries which are used for the exploratory data analysis. 80% of the people, how much? 80% of the people spend their time on this data, exploratory data analysis to clean the data, feature engineering, scaling, etc. Because machine understand only one language, that is binary language. Your computer will understand only one language, zero and one. So you have to do the scaling in zero and one. Unless and until you don't do zero and one, your machine is what computer I'm talking about. The computer will not understand what exactly you're trying to do. So to that scaling, you need to use some libraries. That is what Python is very popular. Clear? So this is all about. And if you talk about this IE spectrum, see why Python is there. So you can see this is four screenshot I've taken. One is one program I've written in C++, one is C, one is Java, and one is Python. Four logics, four of the languages create the same output. That is the sample programming we call hello world, right? The first program everyone writes is hello world. But you can see if I want to write in Java, 7 lines, C 5, C++ 6, and Python C, only 1 line. All four languages create the same output. That means what the output is same. Hello world. But look at the complexity in the rest of the languages. In the rest of the languages, you have to write 7 lines, 5 lines, 6 lines with the braces, semicolons, and functions and data types, and a lot of things. But in Python, hello world, that's it. Done. You get an output called hello world. Why would I go with the complexity if I am able to create the output same in an easier way, in a very significant way, or in the very easiest way? And this is what IE you can look at it over here. So in 2016, look at it. I'll just try to show you. In 2016, you can see C was at the top. You can see over here. C was at the top. Java was second, and Python was third. Okay, 2016. Now see in 2017, Python. See, this is what IEEE based. It's an organization which has a legal check. So you can see in 2017, Python became first, C became second, and Java became third. Look at the top three only. You can have multiple 10, top 10 only, but I'll go with top three only. In 2018, Python again still holds the top record, podium finish. 2019, again podium finish. 2020, again podium finish. 2001, 21, again Python. That means what? Since many years, since last 7, 8 years, Python is the only language that is holding the commands in the world. We can see. Second, third language, fourth language, they're shifting, they're fluctuating. But even see, you talk about R language. See, R language in 2017, it's 7. You look at here, it is 6. So people say, why don't we learn R? R is good. It's hype. You share it from the people. People say, okay, I know R. What is the long form of R? I would ask you. People say, I don't know, sir, what is the full form of R? What is it is used for? R language is just used for the statistical calculations. And what? When your data is on the numeric part, you can just use R. But when it comes to the discrete nature, like continuous nature is like numbers. When I talk about discrete nature, you cannot use R. Then you again come to the Python. Then if I am coming back to Python, then what is the use of learning R? If I have to come back to the Python. And I would just learn Python in such a way that I don't have to learn any other languages. Minimum point. You're learning R, you're doing some statistical calculation, you're coming back to Python, and that's a stupidity. Clear? Yes. Now, how do we learn these things? So, after completion of every single topic, every assignment, whatever the major topics are there, assignments are there, assignments are there, every completion of every topics, right? Important topics, whatever the topic, example, operators are there, data types are there, functions are there. You're going to get an assignments. You're going to get an assignment so that you can practice. And after completion of that practice, you have to share it with me. And I'm going to check individually every single code that how you have written. And if you're doing good, it's better for you. But if you're not able to generate an output, you're not able to code, I myself will have a consultation, right? I'll just have a word with you. What is the problem? Where is the loophole? And on that loophole, we'll try to identify how do we overcome that loophole and how do we be progressive. I'm not going to leave you in the middle that, okay, we start learning. Five people are able to understand, one is not able to understand, that is your problem. No, I don't say that. I will be able to find out if five people are able to understand why this guy is not able to understand. I'll just have a word and make sure that if six people are there, that six people will be able to learn. Not one is not able to understand. My point will be why this people is not able to, person is not able to learn. I want that person also to be able to learn. So that is what I'll do. This consultation will try to find a loophole, an assignment. Because see, guys, I'll tell you very important. You go into any of the sectors. You want to go into the hotel. You want to management. You go. Practice is important. That is why it says practice makes man perfect. Whatever if I teach, if you don't practice, then it is not going to be beneficial for you. Because see, at that I'm not being the one. I'm not the one who's not going to be. I'm not the one who's not training you properly. I'm training you properly. It's one. It's you who is not trying to practice. If you're not trying to practice, now suppose today teaching you one, tomorrow I'm teaching you two, tomorrow there are three, four, so right. I have reached till number 10. How do you write 10? How do you spell 10? Right? And you haven't started one, two, three. You're not practicing. How do you write one? How do you write two? Or maybe I'm learning. I have taught you till like A, B, C, D, and I till M and N. But you have not practiced how to write A, how do you pronounce A, etc. And definitely you're not able to understand what is M, what is N. So the problem is not with me. If you do not practice, then definitely you're going to go out of the business. Not going to learn. Getting my point. And then you start learning. When I reached M, then you decide, okay, let me start learning from A. Then you start learning from A. Then you start learning from A. I already have completed half of the things. Now you're starting. It's better you always keep on learning what you have taught every day. Just have a look at it. Right? And assignments are there. And about how I'm going to train you, it's 80-20 formula. What is 80-20 formula? 80% of practical. I am going to do it codingly. So that once I do it codingly, and explain that 20% is theoretical. So while doing the coding, just like here now I'm trying to explain you. So I'm not doing any kind of a coding. That means what? Now, from here, you're not able to create a relevancy that how those things are going to work. That is why your brain, so if your brain doesn't know this kind of thing, right? It's an alien thing. If you don't know this thing, if you don't know this thing, so your brain will not able to understand what exactly you're trying to use. Once you build a pattern, right? If you start learning, right, after a week or 10 days, your brain understands, okay, this is what I started to learn. So you have to give time to your brain to understand this alien thing, right? Your brain knows that it is going to be very easy. But if your brain doesn't know, then your brain has to build a pattern, right? And it takes time. Psychology says if you want to turn anything into habit, you require 21 days. That means what? You have to spend at least 10 days, 20 days on learning a new thing. So your brain understand what exactly you're learning. And once your brain understands, this is what you're learning, so automatically your brain will start making a pattern. And that with pattern, you'll be able to learn every day. But initial 10, 20 days are very important. Why people fail in the businesses? No, this was the thing. Because when you start running a businesses, right, even you have learned a lot of things, your brain doesn't know what output you have to generate, right? How do you do a business? So you only do it for a month, 2 months, or maybe 1 year. You're learning. Your brain is learning how to do a business. And the one who doesn't understand, will just close the business. It's not that you're not able to do a business. It's because your brain is learning. You're not given a brain to get adaptable to the business. If you do it for 2 years, 3 years, and 5 years, I tell you, first 5 years would be very tough. Maybe first 4 years. But I'm telling you that 1 year after 5 years or after 5 years or 6 years, that 1 year will be such way that you don't have to work anything. Your business will keep running again and again. That means what now from here, the days are going to be very different. But for that, your brain to understand, you have to spend at least 2 years, 3 years. In the same case, your brain has to be understood. You might, now it depends upon your IQ, right? Everyone's grasping power, everyone's brain power is different. If I require 10 days, you might require 1 day, maybe 1 month, depending upon the brain. So, clear? Yes or no? Is it clear? Yeah. Is it clear? Okay. I hope now the things are very clear. This is what I try to explain it practically. But see, now you still, this thing is still, what in a nutshell for you. Your brain doesn't know about these things, right? You have to spend some time. But I'm telling you, if you work in this field of data science for 2 years, you have to give a time. It's not going to be an overnight journey. You have to give a time. I'm telling you, I've seen such a spike or such an increment in the salaries and the career tremendous, means abundant. Because I am in the sector since 10 years. I have not seen such a growth in any of the sectors. That is what I also got it. I also came into this sector only. I was working with .NET previously since beginning of my career for initial 2 3 years. Then later on I got into this data science. So how did I start? It's not that I directly got into data science. Started working as a Python on the Python Excel. Imagine I was working on the Excel as well. I thought I would directly be a data engineer or machine learning engineer. That's never the case. I used to work on Excel, I used to work on Python, then next part you jump into the Power BI, then you learn some SQL is also there. Things grow after 2 years, 3 years, every time you get an opportunity, you keep shifting. So you have to do this thing. And then, as I said, this 1 year comes that will change your life. And since the few 2 3 years that life has just changed. Now, but this thing, all this 8 years or 7 years were mandatory to for me to reach at this podium. Got it? Yes. So I would like to know from your side before we could wind up. Do you have any questions, guys?
Yeah, I have few queries. May I ask you, like one or two?
Yeah, please, please.
Yeah, primary thing is like uh, how after I learn this technology, will I able to get a chance because I have 3.5 years experience, right? So I cannot put 3.5 years as a whole because the interview would be pretty much high expectations, correct? So I would like to put as 2 years. So how much expectations and how much the openings we can have on the data science for 2 years experience candidates?
Openings are high. Openings, that's what I said.
Yeah,
Openings are
do,
high.
do we have openings
Openings
in the
are high.
current? Because I'm not able to catch in the social media, so that's why.
Everything is open. If that was the case, that how could, right, your question is very good. But openings are tremendous there. If you go to the Naukri.com, etc., that is what I said. When I started working
Mhm.
as a Python engineer, Python developer, right? So if you directly expect data engineer, if you want to be machine learning, that is not going to be the case. But if you go
Mhm.
to the Google and if you try about the openings, you'll see that out of five, four companies, four openings, we can do that today, right? You can go and you can find that out of five companies, four companies are expecting Python, Excel, SQL. These are the things, Power BI, right? So this four companies are expected. That means what? If you have this skill set, if you are having this skill set, that is what you're going to apply for this job. That on that basis, that then depends upon your skills that how much you are skillful. But the jobs
Mhm.
are abundant. In comparison to the other one, you have a job. And now you look about this now at the situation, there are going to be election. Jobs you
Mhm.
can expect twice or thrice. You have to expect twice or thrice. Because they have to get some strategies. Right? If you don't get, then how who you are going to vote? You're not going to vote.
And thanks for that. And one
Yeah,
more
well,
thing, like few courses should have the certification values, right? So, for example, for bigger, if you learn, obviously certifications are mandatory. So, for this course, do we have any mandatory such like that?
no, no, no. This is what I'm saying.
No,
See, there are a lot of certification. Microsoft provides certification, IBM provide, Intel provide a lot of certification. But
no.
I tell
As
you
a
that
mm, mm, mm.
as an institution,
Yeah, as a beginner, like as a 2 years experience, for example, or 1.5 year. So, is certification mandated, or in future, like if you want to make more hikes, obviously certifications are mandatory to improve your hikes and all, correct? But as a beginner level, how it would be? That's what I have.
it is what I'm
Could you?
saying. It is what I'm saying.
Mm,
Certifications are not important.
mm, mm,
If you don't see you see, you can have a check, you try to find, ask people over here, they're also working professional. You'll see that you're working, right? You'll not see out, you hardly find any person have done a certification. You, this is just a misconception. You see that, okay, this person is having a certification, that means what definitely you'll see an hike in that person. You can see the history tells us that the college dropout people have built a billion-dollar company. College dropout people. You
yes,
getting me
yes,
point?
correct, correct, correct.
Certification or not. But at that, I'll tell you, I am here as well. I didn't have a certification. I started learning. I got into the sector because I got an opportunity. I kept on working. So
Mm,
certification, I never even thought of certification. I'll tell you my principle is that I believe in learning. Today also I keep on learning. Today also I keep on reading the articles. One thing
correct,
is
correct.
that your skills has to be very important. Certification, you can do it. Microsoft provides certification. IBM provides certification. Intel provides certification. They provide certification. Now, one of my fella colleague has done the certification from Intel. I asked him, where
Mm,
did you use the certification? He said, I didn't use the certification anywhere. It's of no use. He told me on my face.
mm.
He has
Because
done from
via
Intel. Never imagine how it is.
yeah, correct. Via like few courses should have that mandatory certification, right? So I just have that query. So that's fine. And
No, no, no.
yeah, one more last
Ah,
question.
yeah.
If you don't, like, obviously, like, data science is a like it's like trending technology. It's a like large course, right? So obviously, I gone through the research where I found one online platform before I got from Harsha Trainings. Okay,
Hmm.
so they were saying like 8.5 months, and they are like. Making a fee of like almost 2 lakhs. So our and how it relatable, like our course is like 50% or not, less than 50% of fee of their fee payment. So the course, how it would be, if you could you please like
Yes, see,
tell me.
my
Yeah.
this course is altered according to the requirement, according to necessity of the job. That means
Mm,
what? See, whoever learns something, right? Whoever learns this part, what their intent is very clear. Their goal is clear that I want to get a job. No one is learning to become a research scientist, right? If there you can see, you can go to the colleges, 4 years of degrees there, but that degrees are different, right? If you learn in the artificial intelligence, machine learning, you will not see only artificial intelligence or machine learning. Only the part is there. They also learn C++. A lot of things are there. Now, what this course is that we have altered in such a way that if the person complete this course, he should or she should at least get a job because they are learning with an intent. They want to get a job. They don't want to be a research scientist. After completion of this course, they directly want to get into the research. They want to do some innovations. They want to discuss something. No, they want to get into the sector and they start and you get a job and they complete.
okay.
That is what the ultimate goal of any of the user joins for here is. Getting
Mm,
more fun. So we have altered, we have such not customized or modified the course in such a way that this person actually should get a job. Apart from that, when you get into the job, what you want to do further, that is different choice.
correct, correct. Yeah. Okay.
Got it?
Yeah.
If you want, I
Yeah.
see, I can train for 8 months, 1 year, but I'll tell you after 4 months or 5 months only, people start to drop out because they keep on asking, sir, like I want to apply for the job, I have an opening, I have a reference, I have this thing, that thing, etc. When will this course get completed? So some
Mm,
things are that there which are of unnecessary. So instead of taking 10 examples, we'll have 5 examples. Instead of 5 examples, we'll have 2 examples just to understand the logic. The things are
acha.
nothing different. But the important thing is that you should get a job. what you're learning. If you don't get a job, then definitely it's of no use. No?
Correct, correct. Yeah, got to know that part. Yeah,
My point is
yeah.
that thing, because I have designed, myself designed a program. Reason is that because I made an analysis, because see, I worked as an analyst, I know what is the expectation of an user. I keep myself at that place that if I want to learn this course, why will I learn this course? The first thing is that I need to get the skills. I'm doing mine. I need to get important skills. And second thing, will I get a job? On that basis, I myself have gone through the course content. So that course plus content is not been designed by any of the person. It's myself. I took time. I did R&D. I have gone to a lot of institutions. I've gone to a lot of companies. I've gone to a lot of things. And on that basis only, I myself have done this curriculum.
Okay. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Thank you so much.
Yes. 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 Any other questions?
Yeah, last one more thing.
Yeah,
By
please.
throughout this course, the syllabus, the course content, would be useful for 3 to 4 years experience scanners. Is it worth it,
Yes.
or as a
Yes.
beginner
Yes.
level?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, whatever
Okay.
whatever I'm going to train you is like a template. That means what? When you're going to learn, you can start applying for the job. And whatever you have learned, you just put it into the experience. Now this is what I have experienced, and now this is what advantage I have learned. That this data science course. And whatever you're going to learn, you're going to be useful for the experienced work and a fresher. That is what I said, right? I have developed this course on myself, by myself only. I've done a lot of research. I've gone through a lot of uh, schemas, whatever. There are not that basis only I have decided what I have to include and what I need to exclude.
Yeah. Got it. Yeah.
So it is
Understood.
useful, beneficial for everyone. Your experience or your fresher, every single thing. And if you know Python or data science or data, it's an advantage, as I said in the demo session. If you don't know, then you're going to learn it from the scratch. But I'm not going to just segregate, or if you keep on saying, "I don't I know this thing," I would appreciate. But if Chandu doesn't know, Raj doesn't know, then I have to look from their perspective as well. So here, if you're learning, that means what you're learning because you don't know that is why you're learning. If you knew already, then why would you come here? Very important. So we would learn from the scratch one day, and we will learn in such a way one day that you will be able to face an interview, you will be able to crack in jobs. Now that whatever you invested time and money should be worth of it.
Okay. Thank you so much
Yeah, welcome. Welcome.
for my queries. Yeah.
Let's check on with the rest of the two. So Chandra and Raj, do you have any questions? I hope you were there attending the entire session.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, Chandra.
So after completion of the course, will there any will there be any job providings from your end?
Yeah, you need to speak to Harry because he takes care of this entire thing. I think we have
Okay.
divided the things. So the team there, so according to that thing, you have to speak to them.
Okay. Okay. Sure.
Yes,
And yeah, that's it. I think.
yes. Okay. You see, it's a wonderful question, but the one thing is that it's like a just like a friendly thing, right? Just try to build upon our skills, build upon our skills, build your skills in such a way that no other person should be better than you. If you have that philosophy in mind, but do not have that philosophy. I'm the only best. That is like an ego speaking. I am the best one. I can do the best one. I'm a very skillful person. If you just have this motto in your brain, I'll tell you, you'll be the best programmer in this world. Just have those things. Okay. Yes. Okay. Raj, I guess Raj and Pratibhan has joined. Do you have any questions? Any questions? Hmm.
Hello,
Yes,
sir.
tell me. Pratibhan has. Yeah, Raj.
Sir, I have a doubt. Uh, Sir, I'm a fresher actually. Uh, I've
I'm
done,
listening. I'm just.
yeah, sir, I'm a fresher, and this platform is very new for me. So I don't know much knowledge about this. I'm actually confused about the data science and this uh, artificial intelligence are both the same, right? Or else it is a
Yeah,
kind of a
data
different.
science is a data. Yeah, data science is a name that has been given. Artificial intelligence is a what is a subset of it. So in the artificial intelligence, we have machine learning and deep learning. So machine learning means what? Where there's a supervisor. It means what? We have someone who is monitoring this thing. And deep learning means is what? The machine on its own does the thing. Like this is all about. Have you seen this film called as an Avengers? Age of
Okay.
Ultron. Age of Ultron. Raj. Avengers. The Age of Ultron.
Okay, sir.
Have
I
you seen
before
that thing?
joining, yeah, yeah, and before joining this course, I have
Huh.
in mind, right, regarding the cyber security. Also, I was interested. Actually, I was a fresher, so I was in between bit of confusion between the cyber security, data science, and artificial intelligence like this. So, which will be the better in the future for our future, which is
Okay,
good.
data science and artificial intelligence are both are same. Now, data
Okay.
science is what? Data science is all about theoretical part, much more about the theoretical part. We talk about the prescriptive analysis, descriptive analysis, statistical analysis. It's all about the theoretical part, right? Now, if I
Okay.
teach you the theoretical part for you, your basics will be much more clear, right? But
Okay.
that will not help you to get a job because
Oh,
if you want to be a professor, if you want to be an assistant professor, that is part is okay for you. But if you want to be into the technical part, if you want to have a desk job, right, you work into the software industry, you have to do a coding, right? You have to do a coding. So if you
yes.
just try to tell your boss, this is descriptive analysis, right? If you explain your descriptive analysis, the boss listens to you, and big boss gives a big round of applause. And now he asks you, okay, submit that software. Then you would say, sir, software is not there. This is all about that
Yeah.
software. So will it help you? Getting my point. So artificial intelligence is all about coding. It's all about coding. So in that part, as I said, artificial intelligence consists of two things. One is machine learning part, and one is the deep learning part. As I said, machine learning
Yes.
part, what where automation. If you have seen that movie called the Avengers, Age of Ultron,
Yes.
basically this what is his name? Tony Stark, right, and his friend, that Hulk, the green guy. So
Yeah.
they together with the human involvement, they prepare a machine, right? We call them as the Ultron. Now, this part is called the machine learning. This one supervisor or there is a person who is trying to create a machine. Get your point? This is part of artificial intelligence with machine learning. And after when
Okay.
the Ultron was created, so you can see in the movie, as the movie proceeds or go ahead, this Ultron keeps on preparing his best version. Yes or no? From one
Yes.
Ultron to 2.0 Ultron, 3.0 Ultron. Have you guys seen that movie called the Age of Ultron? Yes or no?
Yes.
So when that Ultron prepares the next version of Ultron, that it keeps on preparing the new Ultrons, right? Whatever the machines are there, that is part of a deep learning. There is no human involvement. That what machine, one machine will produce another machine. Second machine will produce the third version. That means what machine on its own will become the better version. That is the deep learning. Artificial intelligence with deep learning, where machine on its own will do the things. That how do I produce the next version of myself? How do I have the better feature in my next version? And machine learning is what you did involvement where you are going to prepare the machine according to your future, etc. Machine on its own will not prepare, etc. Get your point?
Okay.
So data science is a different thing. And I'm telling you cyber security, how the cyber security works like is that now you want to build a castle, right? You want to build a
Yeah.
castle, and there is a border for that castle, right? So building
Yeah.
a castle is all about the data science, where you put the logic, where you collect that information, you build that model, you build an algorithm, and you build a castle. And to protect that castle, you need a guards. So this guards are nothing but the cyber security people who are there to no, protect that castle. But you need to ask yourself question, castle, you have to build the castle first or you have to build the border first. Which one is very first?
Build the castle, I think. First border.
Yes, build the castle. That means,
Yeah.
yes, build the castle first. That means what? Artificial intelligence is first part. Why? Because if you don't have that castle, the cyber security people will provide security to whom? Will they be a gunman to you? No. To
Yeah.
give this particular thing, the blockchain is there, cyber security is there. They're trying to give some. I'm trying to do this. They don't do this kind of a thing. I'm telling you.
Yeah, yeah.
Cybersecurity provides a data security to this the data, but for that data is required. Right? Some model is there. On that basis, only you're going to provide a security. But I'm trying to tell you in a very simple and easiest way that how this is important and which one you need to choose. And I'm telling you, in comparison to cybersecurity, data scientists are having a good job. I mean, to that sector is not their case because see, when I connected to the data, I also had a lot of opportunities. I already had an experience. I worked with a good company, Accenture, HP. I also had a
Yeah.
good opportunity, but the point was that which sector I need to choose. And data science is very good. At least for the next 15 years, 20 years, it is not going anywhere. Means at least this generation, at least this next generation will get a job. After that, I don't know what comes into the market. At least to the next 20 years, you cannot don't have to worry because after 20 years, because the automation is taking so much that chat GPT is there, right? Because
Yes.
everything has been done by the machine. Getting my point. So after
Yes.
20, 25 years, I don't know what is going to be there. But if you're going to work after 20, 30 years, then it's a stupidity, right? Maybe after 30 years, you might also get retired. So
Yes.
after that, automation comes in, but that is not our lookout. That is their
Yes.
lookout what comes into the market. At this present scenario, that automation is required, and to build that automation, engineers are required. I'm saying you, truly engineers are required who are skillful, who are good at data analytics, that and who are good at model building, machine building. Right. And
Okay.
once you build a model, cybersecurity is there, but in comparison, you they have no comparison.
Yes.
Data science
It's a different
and
path.
there's no comparison.
Yeah. Yeah. Sir, can we, as a career gap also, can we learn this data science? Uh,
Yes,
Career
yes.
gap person.
In one of the batch, in November batch, I trained one guy who had a 16 years of financial analyst. Imagine 16 years of financial analyst. He learned that this data science course. Now he's working as a data analyst. He's using that financial and analyst experience into data analyst, and he's from Canada. And he called me one day in the past month, in February, and he said, "So now I'm working as a data analyst." Imagine 16 years of financial analyst. You're talking about year gap. He's the
Career
16
gap.
years.
Yeah.
That is what. That is also okay. There's no problem. Nowadays, in this sector, there's a job. There's a job, I would say. And looking at the geographical condition, situation in India, you should learn a course because now the job opportunities are at least going to be very good till upcoming next 6 months or 3 months because of these
Yes.
elections. They are going to create a jobs openings because you can see on the TV as well. A lot of job openings are there. They're trying to have this openings over there, these things, etc. Jobs are going to be there. At least on the data side, then you can expect twice and thrice much more in comparison to any of those job openings. And year gap will not matter. If that person who has 16 years of experience in financial analysis, if he can get a job in data analyst, then why are you worrying? You are not even that.
Yes, sir.
You're a fresher with that. Your job
Yes, sir.
is much. You're getting chances of a job is much more higher than that person.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
telling you, my experience such that I have seen such a people getting a job. I cannot explain it. It will take an entire day of mine.
Yeah.
When you start
True.
learning the course in between, I'll keep on telling the stories, but you'll laugh and you'll find that oh, I'm at a very good position. I'm telling you honestly, there are such a
Yes, sir.
cases. You might think sir is saying anything, but see, everyone's life experience is different. If my experience is different, that doesn't mean that it has to be necessary in your life experience.
Yes, sir.
Yes or no?
Yeah.
Jobs are there. Jobs are there. Very good jobs are
Oh, okay, sir. That was my question. Thank you very much.
there. Yes. Welcome. Welcome. Yeah. Pratibha, you have any question before we could wind up?
No, I don't have any questions. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, you were there from the beginning. I didn't know you were there.
No, I just started now.
Okay, okay. So, can you just tell me about yourself? Like what experience has Raj also has told.
My name is Parthiban. I'm working on the automotive sector. I am just like no, I mean, just want to enter into the um, data analytics department or
Okay,
course. Yeah. So just to learn the basics. Yeah, and then to advance.
okay. You're from where? You're from?
I'm from Germany.
Okay, okay, okay. And how many years of experience in the automation?
Around 15 years.
Okay, well, see, I told you, right? There are a lot of people are working in the sector. A lot of experienced people are that they are still looking for the growth opportunities as well. Hike is that. But on which you are working on Selenium, which part you are working, sir, right now? Which automation part?
No,
Is it a
I said
Selenium?
automotive. Automotive, I said.
Autumn. Okay, all right. So I hope you have no further questions. If you have any questions, just let me know. Any questions?
Sure. Small question.
No,
So when this like it's a demo class, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
When will be a proper class is
We're
going to
going to
start?
we're going to start it from tomorrow only,
Okay. I
8
mean,
a.m. IST.
like when I contacted Harim,
Regular
he said
classes.
like, yeah, yeah, yeah. He said there will be three demo classes, I think so.
Yes. Three demo classes. In that first demo class, that is what today's class you can call as a demo class, where the overview or the briefing of the course will be done. That is one demo class.
Okay.
Two demo classes, that is what the regular classes, that what tomorrow we're going to start. So you can aid
Mm.
to check that how, right, what is happening. That is called the demo class as well. But it's a regular class. That is what the regular subject will be starting, will start.
Okay.
And then from Monday, then again, just like the regular one only.
Okay. Thank
Right.
you.
The three demo means what? You can attain the three demo classes. That kind of a case.
Okay. Okay. I just got
Now
a
got it
little
from
confused.
okay.
Yeah.
Now is it clear? Like three demo classes is what? First, it's a demo class. Today is an overview, right? Now tomorrow
Okay.
we'll start with the regular subject. That is what three demo free classes you can say. More than demo class, you can say it's like a two free classes you can attend.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
then from the Monday it's like a paid one, that kind of thing. You know, you call it a subscription as well.
Okay. Okay. Sure. Thank you.
Yes. Anyone else? Saket or Raj or Parthiban?
No, I don't have any questions. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much
Yeah.
for
Okay.
session. Yeah.
Welcome. All right. Welcome, Saket. So we'll stop over here. So from tomorrow, we are going to have a regular classes. So we'll start with what is Python initially. So the course is going to be in such a way. I'll tell you what is the hierarchy. First, we're going to learn Python. Now, as I told you, please do not fall for such kind of a thing that if someone says that for data analytics we don't require some kind of a coding, etc. It's totally blunt. It's not the case. You need a little bit of coding because if you want to do an exploratory data analysis, as the cleaning parts, you cannot just it's not an automation that is automatically the things are going to be done on its own. If it keeps on doing on its own, then what is the role of yours, right? Then you will need to sit at home. Your involvement is important, right? So for that cleaning part, you need some kind of libraries, right? You don't require tools, you require libraries, and that libraries are not a lot of libraries. You can use different libraries. MATLAB is there, right? That is also used. But very powerful library you can use is NumPy and Pandas, and they are being given by Python. So you need to learn Python. That is thumb rule. And then after that, SQL, whatever SQL has been required for the data analytics part that will be covered. After that, we come to the important part of the data analytics. One is Excel. There are three parts. One is Excel, one is NumPy, one is Pandas. So this analytics is divided into three parts. One will learn the entire Excel part. Second, we are going to learn the NumPy and Pandas libraries. So these three things are required for the filtration of data or the cleaning of data. And once you cover these three things, then you're going to for the visualization part, that is called the Power BI. So when in the Power BI, you'll know or you'll learn how to prepare a dynamic dashboards, visualization part. So that is being shown to the line. Once we are done with the data analytics, we'll go ahead to the data science. Will learn the data science after the completion of data analytics. Entire journey takes four 4 months or 4.5 months because see, India is a country of festivals, right? So if you come across festivals, maybe I'm on a leave something, you are on a leave, so it might take 4.5 months. Clear? Is it clear? Yes or no?
Yeah, yeah, it's clear.
Yeah, it's clear.
Yes, sir, it
Okay,
is clear.
great. So, all right, thank you. So let's stop over here and let's meet tomorrow then on the regular classes. All right, so 2 days you can attend it and let's have a check. So let's see how we go ahead and then we'll move ahead. Okay, is that okay?
Okay, sir. Okay,
Yeah.
sir.
All right, all right. So let's wind up and have a good day ahead. Bye bye,
Yeah.
everyone. Bye, guys. Bye.
Yeah, but thank you.